My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.
Well, in a flash, we're on race number 7 at Hollywoodbets Greyville. It's over 1,400 meters, a merit-rated 72 handicap. And this race, well, there's so much of form that I'm going to give you 2 roving bankers here. Yeah, I'm going to give you 2 roving bankers. But what I'm going to do with Rael is, as I did earlier on, maybe quick comments for each runner. 7, Part to Fortune, big roughie in the race. And they priced up around 20 to 1 that I took down the betting earlier. Surprise winner. Will this be a surprise winner?
There's a horse that I'm going to keep an eye on because I liked him in his last time out because I thought he dropped to a competitive mark, but now he's come down to a mark of 62, and I think he could just start being competitive once again. The best of the draws for Garth Puller, and he's a horse that I'll be keeping an eye on. Number 2, Clean Slate, cracking the last run behind Pedro, who had to concede 3.5 kgs to, which possibly did tell a bit in the closing stages of the race. But good consistent form, Sereno Woodley aboard once again.
Yeah, and then, when we're speaking about these horses, Gentleman's Way, Cupid's Song, and of course Clean Slate, they all come from that run behind queuing, and then you got Clean Slate and Track Commander coming from that run behind Pedro. So Gentleman's Way, respect to him. 4-6 hot fix. This is a very interesting horse. I mean, I'm not going to judge him on his last start. In fact, I'm not going to judge him on that comeback run at all. He's better than that.
He's better than that, but I think 1,400 is a bit too short for him. I think if it was 1,600 or 1,800, I'd be ultra confident that he'd be the one to beat you, especially with Keegan and Melo aboard. But 14 is the negative for me. Green Dream, she's the May taking on the boys. I think she's got a bit to do with 59 on the back, especially given that she's been beaten behind the likes of Star Choice and Meteoric. Manhattan Cafe on the short side for him, but they probably using this run as a come-on run for something.
I agree. One to watch out for. 7, Track Commander, form update to finish a half a length behind Teichmann, running back in 3rd in that GTH final race that saw the KZN Royals take the crown. 8, Cupid's Song, well, this has to be one of the leading contenders in this field, along with a horse like Clean Slate. But then you'll say, what about Gentleman's Way? He comes from that same form line. There's not much that separated those 3 that day. But Cupid's Song, an obvious inclusion. I mean, it'll be foolish to ignore this horse.
Absolutely. Seanville gets a ride now. And his horse that is course and distance suited. So horses like Clean Slate, Gentleman's Way, and Cupid's Song, from that form line of queuing, that form line could certainly hold up nicely, and they could be the top 3 once again of this 1,400 meter trip. All horses are obviously course and distance suited, so those do look to be the right 3 horses in the race. And if you're looking past that, then possibly if you think that 6 hotfix could be good enough over 1,400, then he must be worth an inclusion as well. But these, I think, in terms of those pick 6s, jackpots, those 3 horses should be enough. And then I'll just throw in number 1, Part of Fortune, as a possible roughie in the race.
I'm going the field. I'm not agreeing with you here. 3, I know. You're going with the queuing form line, which I totally agree with. Could be the strongest form line from these horses. But if I'm liking a horse like 6 hot fix that's priced up at 8 to 1, you saying your roughie is a 20 to 1 shot, you're giving me confidence to put in the field here. I'm going to include the field, hope for the worst result. If I have to ask you for a roving banker, give me one.
Number 2, Clean Slate.
Clean Slate, a roving banker for him. I'll just add Cupid's Song. We're going with the obvious 2 that are at the top of the betting boards. No, they're not. Number 2 is an outright favorite at the time of recording, 22 to 10. 4 to 1 about my selection, Cupid's Song. So, 2 and 8, the roving bankers, race number 7.
Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbet helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.